What's in your mind when you are so close? How tough, how easy is to manage the most even goal in your side?
Yeah, I mean, I've been preparing for this moment for a couple of years, so I've had the idea of what I thought it would feel like, watching other teams win the final game, and I don't feel very different right now. I'm very, very concentrated, very focused on winning the first game because we've talked about all series when we were down 1-0, we were down 2-1. It's the team before us, the main's first, so that's still my mentality, just to try and get this last win.
I know the atmosphere is pretty different right now respect when you were champion in the lower. Obviously, you were not yet. But are you feeling or remembering some feelings of that moment when you were so close?
Yeah, same adrenaline, same focus, same um, just the same energies around it. Like you understand the moment of how close you are, and you just want to be ready to put your best out there and legal out there.
And it's about Titus. Halifax don't really know what will happen, but it's something that is always in the game plan. I mean, it's electric. He's playing, and how important is.
I'll expect to move forward.
Alex, you had some games with a lot of points, 20-point performances, others with more steals, more focus on the defensive side. How do you kind of decide as the game goes on, where should you focus on, or that just comes naturally?
Yeah, usually the game kind of tells me what to do, and I think that's probably why I've fit in so well with this team this year. Is I think there was a clear opportunity and role for me and the skill set that I bring, and through the playoffs, I've just been trying to focus on that. Each game is figure out, obviously I have to play at a certain energy level and standard throughout the game, but sometimes the ball finds me 12 times and I shoot, and sometimes it goes in. Other times, like the other night, didn't. I had 4 steals and made some hustle plays. Just trying to win the games, and whatever the game tells me to do, that's usually what I go show up with.
Dave, like you said before, you've been here, one win away from winning it all. Is it one of your role as a veteran and a guy who's been there to tell your teammates about just stay grounded, guys? It's jobs is not done, or you share the same mentality no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, I for us, it's the same thing. Like I just said, we talked about when we were down twice in the series. It's the first team to 4, and until you have 4 wins, you're not the better team. You're not the champion. You don't get to win. So, I think we have a clear focus with the group on that's the goal, is to win 4 games, and we understand that we have a great opportunity to do that tomorrow night in Game 6.
What's your approach to the next 24 to 28 hours? Trying to think about it, but not think about it too much tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, you can't run from it. It's going to be there. It's in the back of your mind. I mean, it's the finals. I think just about every series, maybe besides the Memphis series, every day in between, you're thinking about this game. You're thinking about what you did. I mean, what you could do better. But I think the key is just not letting it overrun it, understanding it. The game has to be played. The ball has to go in the hoop. You've got to throw the ball and play 48 minutes. So for me, it's going to be the same thing after this. I'm going to go back in the cold tub, get a massage. It's in Fury. And I watch some golf on there too. Just stuff that I would normally do, in the regular season. Excuse me, stuff I've done through the playoffs to just kind of unwind and get ready for tomorrow.
Okay, Alex. I've read a lot about your relationship with Jason these past few days, how you guys joke around and all. I was wondering, do you think he's learning something from you? And do you think you can learn something from him too, from the way he plays defense?
Yeah, for sure. His instincts are second to none. Him being able to guard guys like he has in his rookie year, and then this year in his second year, and with blocking jump shots, he just takes the ball from people when they put it in front of him. And then I'm trying to teach him just different tendencies and different things to just kind of grow his game in that point, but also just mentality-wise of what it takes to go out there and guard the best players every single night. And he's done a great job of that, and I've had a lot of fun being his teammate.
So you guys always talk about this going back to square one mentality or square zero, if you put it that way. How do you manage your emotions with a game like the game you have tomorrow in front of you guys?
And this is why you play the game. You play the game to win, and we have a chance to win everything tomorrow, and that's what we want. I don't think anybody's at least on our side, is surprised we're here. We talked about this internally all year about we have the chance to, go take this. You had the opportunity to go earn it. And this is the chance for us to go earn it tomorrow night. So, I expect us to come out and play hard and play to win like we have all year. We don't have to do anything out of the ordinary. We got to be ourselves at a very high level trying to get it done.
When Shea and Jada were giving you that level of offense that they did in Game 5, you like to play defense a bit more freely. You see, you had post teams, Jason had post team documents. So, is that offense help your defense by any count?
Yeah, at times it does, just because you're not playing in transition and then they're taking the ball out of the basket, so that helps. But honestly, I think I think they balance each other out. I think sometimes, people look at one or the other that helps the opposite a lot, but really I think it's a marriage of both. When you're playing well offensively, you get to set your defense. When you set your defense, they're usually winning more coverages on finishing out possessions better, and then from there you get to play offense more freely. So I think it's a good partnership with both, and obviously then make your shots helps all out.
And I imagine when you joined the, now if you had a choice, I imagine you came in and knew his team could compete for a title. Doesn't feel like Sam is sort of used those sort of terms around the building, or your title, championship, whatever. How do you sort of live in that space, knowing what you could be competing for, but not really talking about it in that fashion? And what role has this sort of played in getting you here?
Yeah, I can't speak for Sam. Obviously, he runs the ship. He has a lot of different angles and stuff that he has to deal with and juggle. But from an internal perspective, as players, we understood the opportunity we had when the beginning of the year. We understood how much talent we had, and we understood we needed to get better, but we had a chance. We had to earn it. We had to go out there, and that's what you've heard us say all year: is we have the opportunity to earn. We'll run, we'll receive, and I think just through the year we've grown as a team to understand that our best is pretty good, and our best is maybe better than everybody else. And once we figure that out, I think we kind of leaned into that as a team. Me personally, once I I got traded here, I saw the writing on the wall with how good the team was. I think maybe we fast tracked it. Maybe everybody didn't expect us to get to this point first year, but that's what hard work and competitive spirit does.
You mentioned the first year, obviously. I think people have this idea what a journey to the title is sort of supposed to look like. Boston lost how many times before they kind of on top. How do you view the adversity this team was going through? And why it's been enough?
Yeah, when you say it like that, it sounds like there's a threshold where you have to suffer and go through enough loss before you win. Where I think it's really like you said, like you can go out there and earn it. And if you're good enough, you're good enough. Whether you're the youngest team in the league, whether you're the oldest team in the league, or you've been there before, you haven't. Obviously, a lot of those things factor in to how easy that path might be. Maybe not easy, but how that path can be shaped and how that path can be maneuvered along the way. But for us, we're a young team, but we're a very emotionally mature team. We're a very sport team. We're a very intellectual team. We're able to learn from our mistakes without having to go through loss. At least during the regular season and not too much in the postseason. And that's a unique skill. That might be more important than experience. It's the ability to have self-awareness and ability to learn from mistakes. Where maybe teams in the past haven't had that, and maybe that's a little bit looked thing. But at the end of the day, we got one thing in the game. That's kind of the most important thing. All this talk about that the extracurriculars is probably for another week or two. But I think some of those things might be overlooked through the course of the year. I'm looking at those two.
Last question.
You had a similar situation at Game 6 on the road at Denver. On that, what lessons can you take from maybe not the best outing in this tough season and apply it here?
Yeah, I think we just got to look at how we can be better. I think that's something that we've done through the postseason as we've prepared for each game, to each trial, to each scenario, situation. I think there's stuff that, we're very controllable in that Game 6 in Denver, looking back on it, that we didn't control, and that's unusual for us. We're a team that likes to control the margins of the game and the stuff that we can't control. So I think that's probably the biggest thing is probably not looking outward too much, but looking inward and understanding what you can do to control the vein. You taking care of that first.